You told me that we have something important to talk about. Can we get down to business, please?
Yo, Valentin has got to be hands down one of the most rudest people I've ever seen in this show. The way my man is like, you want me to come over, let's get down to business. This guy's done. He wants nothing to do with April no more. Damn, the level of rudeness. I mean, if he ever actually had any feelings for her, he wouldn't speak to her like this. Nah, there's no need for it. But that's how you know someone's still maturing. God damn.
April le habló mal a mi familia y criticó la casa de que era muy pobre. Y yo sentí que April era una persona diferente.
The crazy part about it is, like, for me personally, I felt like his emotions aren't based on the fact that, like, he talks about his family and stuff like that. Like, I feel like he's projecting himself. I feel like he is... I think he got to a point where he realized that he's going to be with someone that he can't be in charge of. You know, this is one of those culture things. You know, I feel like for him, he was expecting April to give up her life in America, give up her job, and expecting her just to move overseas and live with him and his family, right? And I feel like he expected that some way, somehow, he was going to become like either the provider or 100% at least be the man of the house. But I feel like because he knows he can't be the man in the house, he's bothered him because, yes, we know April's got a lot of money and we know that she does rent his money quite a bit. And I feel like something like that is something that really bothered him. And personally, I didn't think that April was that bad at his family home, apart from the whole toilet thing. I did feel like he was a bit too far with that because she should have just used the goddamn toilet. It's a freaking toilet, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? She was way too extra with that, to be honest with you. But I do feel like his actions aren't necessarily a projection of what April has done. I think it's a projection of where he's at in his own life. Because there are many men in this world that if they feel like they're not enough for a woman, they would leave. Because, well, a man's man always wants to feel like he can provide for his woman. He never wants to feel like as if he can't. And I feel like April probably gave him that feeling. I mean, listen, I can relate to it to a certain degree, but not on this madness. But we continue.
These trips cost thousands of dollars. I did not spend all that money just to come and sleep in a cold bed by my darn self.
Yeah, fair enough. And obviously right now April is expressing the fact that he hasn't made much of an effort to spend any time with her since she's been there.
Entiendo que cuesta mucho dinero, pero cada vez que mencionas el tema de venir aquí, mencionas el dinero. O sea, esa palabra es muy importante para ti.
See what I mean? Now he's talking about how he feels that the word money is so important to her. Her having money makes him feel small. Her having money makes him feel belittled. And that's his issue. Problem that April has money. And way much more money than he has. But it's like, if you knew these things, like, why did you even continue to proceed to want to be with April? Why did you end up taking the relationship seriously in the end anyway? This guy wasted his own time and let alone April's time.
I felt terrible that he or his family felt offended by anything that I said because it just wasn't my intention.
Listen, honestly, I really don't think you offended his family. I really don't think you did it. It's just him, insecure.
This is really all about me and the germophobia, my anxiety, but even though I made a mistake.
But April, don't forget though, he already knew about your anxiety. He knew about your germophobia too. So really and truly, he should have prepared himself for it. But also at the same time, April should have also been more willing to try and push through it a little bit more. I mean, can we say that she did? No. I mean, I think for me, the whole toilet situation was her definitely not pushing herself. I bet you didn't feel like it was that deep. But again, I'm not a germophobia. I don't have what she has, so you know what I mean? But end of the day though, he should have been prepared for her to react this way. And I feel like the fact that he acted out the way he did, again, I just feel like the root of the problem isn't even the fact that she's a germophobia. The root of the problem is that she earns money. I mean, there's a lot of men in this world that are intimidated by women that earn money. And there's a lot of men who hate it. Because if a woman's got her shit together, a man will look at her and be like, well, if you got all your shit together, then what the hell can I provide for you? You have to remember, a lot of men are programmed in a certain way. A lot of men are programmed in a way of, I will be the provider and I will be the one that's going to give you a home. I'm the one that's going to pay for this, this, and that. And then you are going to be the one that's going to have our kids, who's going to look after the house, that's going to hold me down mentally, all that kind of stuff. So when a man comes across a woman that is earning a lot of money and way much more than he is or whatever, makes him feel powerless. Is the root of the issue here, that if you ask me. And I think because, and again, based on his culture and where he's from, he can't be feeling powerless. He can't be feeling as if his woman is the one. Because remember, April did mentioned money a lot, and when she did mention the money a lot, she did mention it in a more power move way than anything else. But I felt like she wasn't mentioning it to be, she wasn't being intentional with it. She was just trying to say at certain points, hey, like, I can't leave my job and come here and not work. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like a lot of the things that she was saying wasn't actually in spite of him or trying to put him down. She was just always trying to make certain points and certain scenarios that was like, well, but I'm the one with this and that. And sometimes in life, you just can't avoid certain scenarios. If you're the one that earns the money and whatnot, it's going to happen. Again, it's an ego thing. We continue.
I think perhaps we should take a break because I don't think that a relationship is something that works best for you right now.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure that he had actually broke up with her in the last episode, but now she's talking about having a break. Okay.
I know I'm telling Valentin that we're taking a break, but I think that this relationship needs to end.
So why not just say this relationship needs to end? Why lead him on or lead each other on? Some people just don't make sense in this world, man. Honestly, it's like you're wasting time. Okay.
Yo pienso que ella no me está dando el valor que yo me merezco. Honestamente, siento que ella le tiene más respeto a la persona que tiene más dinero.
See what I mean? The way he's like, I don't think she values me or all that kind of stuff. All this stuff with money, money, money. You know what I mean? He complained about how she made money an issue, but yet he's making money an issue. I mean, he complained about how she always spoke about money, but then he makes it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. End of the day, like, there's no point of being in a relationship with someone or wasting your time with someone if you know that their bank account is generally going to affect you because it makes you feel worthless or makes you feel however it makes you feel. Grow the F up. I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, and you know what is as well, let's not forget, April was trying to push him to do more. You know, she spoke about how she likes to try and she likes to try and accomplish multiple things at once or tries to prioritize certain things over others. Meanwhile, with him, he likes to do things very, very slowly. Like, for example, he wasn't prioritizing learning English over something else. I forgot what it was. I'm not saying he should have done that, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, he didn't like the fact that she was trying to, not necessarily school him, but trying to say, hey, like, you know, I like to prioritize all these things and get all these things sorted out, you know, all in one hit if I can, right? Because I'm a driven person. You like to just be slow with everything because I guess you're not a driven person. She never said he wasn't a driven person, but she was basically saying that you're not a driven person. He's bothered about the fact that he's with someone that is driven, you know, and someone's going to go out there and chase their goals and someone's going to go out there and actually win in life. Because he knows that he's too lazy to be driven and too lazy to go out there and win in life. But then again, who am I to say that he's not winning? Maybe not being driven and just living the life he lives is winning to him. And if that's the case, fair enough. But you can't then be upset with someone who is in a who sees winning in a different way. So like I said before, this man is just projection of the fact that April is someone that it's not even because she's successful or has money. It's the fact that she's a driven person and she's always going to be willing to go. He probably wants a woman that is less driven, a woman that is basically going to be like, hey babe, so I made dinner today. Hey babe, so you know, I got your clothes ready. You know, like, I'm not saying other things is a bad thing, but the thing is though, if that's the woman that you want, well then go for that freaking woman. Don't waste time with a woman that is the complete freaking opposite. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of men out there that would appreciate being with a woman like April anyway. And at the same time, there's women out there that would appreciate being with you too. But with that attitude that you've got, I don't know what woman would want to be with the attitude that you've got personally. But hey man, it is what it is. You guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.